Coming up on SAU News, Southern students are adjusting to a new policy that restricts the use of electric scooters and motorized vehicles on campus.
A new bridge in Collegedale is now officially named in honor of a World War II hero.
And a well-known columnist visits Southern, encouraging students and community members to slow down, listen closely, and build stronger connections.
Stories that matter, moments that connect. SAU News starts now.
Welcoming all from the heart of Southern Adventist University, this is SAU News. I'm Ken Kelly.
And I'm Linda Dixon. Produced by the SJC Productions in the School of Journalism and Communication, here are the stories making news today.
A change in university policy on electric and motorized vehicles leaves some students with challenges. According to an email from Vice President of Student Development Dennis Negron, electric scooters, longboards, one-wheels are prohibited from use on Southern's promenade during school hours. The ban is to protect pedestrians during the busiest times of the day. Negron says it is impossible to create a bicycle lane on the promenade. However, unmotorized bicycles are still allowed to use the space at all times. Like many students, Rode Martin Rodriguez rides her electric scooter every day to class.
This policy has affected my daily routine and the fact that I now have to go all the way around campus in order to get to Brock. I live in Upper State Village and it is my only mode of transportation. If I could change it, I would probably either make it fair for everyone where no motorized vehicles are allowed and bicycles, or make it so where it's allowed between class periods where there's less people in the promenade.
According to Negron's email, failure to comply with the new policy could result in a fine of $200.
The recently completed Apison Pike Bridge that soars high over the Norfolk Southern Railroad now has a name. Earlier this week, officials dedicated and named the bridge for Desmond T, who received the Medal of Honor, our nation's highest military award. Doss was a Seventh-day Adventist conscientious objector who served as an Army medic during World War II. The dedication ceremony was organized by American Legion Post 257 and featured an honor guard and local officials. Over the summer, the state of Tennessee opened the new stretch of highway to ease traffic backups on Old Apison Pike.
Finding common ground can be tough these days, but one well-known columnist says it starts with something simple: listening. SAU News reporter Sienna Escobar shows us how that message resonated with Southern students and the community.
Southern Accent editor Hayden Kobza led students and community members in welcoming commentator and author David Brooks to the stage. The New York Times columnist has been writing about topics from vaccines and religion and politics to the rising level of meanness in American society.
For a couple generations, for some reason or another, we have failed to teach ourselves how to be considerate in the concrete circumstances of life.
Brooks also writes about the art of knowing others well.
There's one skill that sits above all these other social skills I'm talking about, and that's the ability to see others deeply and make them feel respected and seen.
Brooks visited Southern's campus as the keynote speaker for the School of Journalism and Communications annual Lynn Saul's lecture series, a free event for Southern students and community members to hear from acclaimed journalists and media professionals. Brooks joined students earlier in the day in the classroom to answer questions and talk about his personal journey as a journalist and writer.
I got to meet him kind of outside of the main event, and yeah, he's just a really cool person in general, very personable.
Later that evening, a crowd of estimated 1,000 members came to hear Brooks, who was most well known for his weekly appearance on the PBS NewsHour. At the end of his lecture, Brooks was joined by local talk show host Allison Lebovitz of WTCI PBS. Audience members felt that Brooks left them thoughtful and inspired.
He's more of a philosopher than he is just a reporter, and I appreciate his view of the controversies.
Just having someone talk about empathy and connection, and no matter what other differences we may have, that those things are the important things in life. I think that that was really inspiring.
For SAU News, I'm Sienna Escobar.
Brooks emphasized the universal themes of human connection and communication, leaving the audience with a message that reached beyond politics.
What started as a simple hobby has now grown into a thriving side hustle. SAU News reporter Ava Caroline Schmidt introduces us to a student who's balancing all aspects of her life.
For a first-year psychology major, Maya Rivera, painting nails isn't just about polish, it's about passion. Originally from Central Orlando, Florida, and a graduate of Forest Lake Academy, Maya recently started her nail business here on campus, though she's been doing nails for about 3 years. Doing nails for her friends and family back home showed her that her talent could go beyond just a simple hobby.
I love feeling pretty, and I love helping other girls feel pretty because it's such a feminine thing to do, to like get your nails done, do your hair, do your makeup, and I love the way it makes me feel, so I want other people to feel that way.
Maya also works at the garden while keeping up with her studies. She says the key to juggling it all is to have a good schedule, writing things down, and managing her time. As for the future, she's still deciding whether to stick with psychology or pursue cosmetology. But for right now, she is enjoying both.
I love talking to them. It's always every time before my appointment, I'm like, ugh, my appointment, like I have to work. And then afterwards, I'm like, bye girls, like I'll see you next week, like I'll see you guys. They're so sweet. It makes the experience so much better. Like I have yet to have a bad client. They are all so sweet.
Students wanting an appointment can DM her on Instagram with a photo of their designed look. Reporting for SAU News, I'm Ava Caroline Schmidt.
For more information, check out Maya's Instagram account. She proves it's possible to balance work, school, and a side hustle.
Whether it's connecting with new people or jumping into campus activities, this semester is off to a strong start. Here's what students say has been their favorite moment so far.
This semester, I think the biggest highlight would be the program that I'm in. It's called SALT. It's an evangelism training program, and we go door to door. We get Bible studies, we work with the people, and also get to learn more about our core beliefs. So that, for me, is the favorite part so far this semester.
Personally, my biggest highlight of the semester has been meeting random girls in the dorm. I love complimenting people. I love making friends. So I just go up and talk to people. I'm like, hey, I like your outfit. My name is Sierra. What major are you? And I have made so many friends, and I really enjoyed it.
One of the biggest highlights this summer has been going to life group and meeting new friends, and then getting to hang out with them and study together.
My biggest highlight this semester, coming, is the start of flag football season.
With many more events and experiences ahead, students are excited to see what the rest of the semester brings.
The SA's all-night softball drew hundreds of athletes and spectators. The off-campus tournament was held at the Summit of Softball in Ooltewah. The start of the games began at 8:30 Saturday night, with the final game concluding at around 7 early Sunday morning. It was an eventful evening full of surprises, twists, and turns, and a fun night to be out, hanging with friends and cheering on the teams. Over 30 teams competed during the night.
One of the highlights has been just being in the dugout with my whole team, just playing music and just partying and having a good time. When one of my teammates hit their first home run, and she was like super in shock because she didn't even know she could hit like that. And then when she hit it, she was like, I was hoping I could be like Ella. And that just kind of made my night.
This year's champions included the Bat Biddies, who won the women's division, while the Let Andrew Hit team took the crown for men's division.
The physics department hosted a star watching event in the Hickman parking lot. Students gathered under the night sky using telescopes to view stars and the moon. Throughout the evening, they also spotted bright objects moving overhead. One professor shares how those objects differ from the stars.
There are many satellites move from horizon to horizon in 6, 7, 5 minutes. The stars do not move. The stars are in the same place.
A media technology conference in Chattanooga focused on equipping churches and inspiring innovation. SAU News reporter Isabella Lagos has more.
When church leaders, filmmakers, and creative teams unite, the result is innovation with a purpose. That's the vision behind CFX, the Church Facilities Conference and Expo, and Capture Summit, coming together this year for the very first time in downtown Chattanooga.
The goal here is to bring the entire church team together collaboratively to learn about all things related to the ministries going on in church. We've heard from a lot of our attendees. I came to Capture Summit and I left with a new best friend.
CFX equips churches in facilities, safety, leadership, and technology. Capture Summit, now in its 9th year, focuses on empowering filmmakers and content creators to share stories of faith far beyond the church doors. Beyond networking between church leaders, the conference created an environment where vendors could sell their products and other resources.
So we're Scenic Solutions. We're a theatrical integration company. Lots of contacts have been made so far. It's very exciting. It's always awesome to get new opportunities and new clients.
We're Canon USA, and we are doing cameras, multi-cam stuff with PTZs, live streaming. We also have broadcast solutions for lower-end churches that is streaming with phones or just smaller cameras. It's been very beneficial because there are a lot of churches in this region that don't really get to go out to the big trade shows. So they're coming to these regional shows that are more geared towards their production needs.
Along with vendors and church leaders, Southern students use the event as a chance to grow professionally.
A lot of the workshops I really like, and those were some of the workshops that I did. I also got really good networking. I ended up getting 5 or 6 options for internships.
Together, CFX and Capture Summit brought collaboration, celebrating creativity, and equipping churches to reach their communities in powerful new ways. Reporting for SAU News, I'm Isabella Lagos.
With the success of this year's event, both conferences look to the future in reaching their communities in new ways.
From Filipino noodles to Canadian apple cider, these were just a few of the popular items at this year's International Food Festival. Visitors could experience live music, authentic dishes, and cultural traditions from 38 different vendors, each representing a different nation. But the festival wasn't just about food and fun, it also served as a fundraiser for student missions. Vendors donated a portion of their proceeds to service projects and outreach opportunities for SAU students serving overseas. The food festival continues to be one of the most popular events on campus each year. SAU News is a student-run production here in Southern School of Journalism and Communication. I'm Ken Kelly.
And I'm Linda Dixon. Story ideas are always welcome to be shared. Message us on Instagram at SAU_news.
That's all for now. We'll continue to bring you the news that matters. Have a good evening.